Begin the practice on our bellies, reaching the arms forward in a pranam, as though in submission to the practice. It's a good place to establish relationship with the ground and to develop the breathing. So we feel the whole body as though it were a single cell. It's pulsing, expanding, and releasing. And give every part of your body to the earth. And we get the sense that the earth is coming up to meet us, coming up to hold us. And for a few more cycles of breath, just feel yourself giving in, just letting go of resistance. And feel every piece of the body that's in contact with the ground, and what shifts as we breathe. Slide hands under shoulders. Lift the shoulders and the heart. Little low cobra, drawing the tail to the heels, pressing the back of the heart forward. And dip this low. Come onto all fours. Melt the belly, look up, cow. Exhale, empty and round in cat. Do a few more cycles, feeling free to explore any side-to-side movement or neck opening that feels good. We'll do two more. You can linger on the transitions between the breath. Just savor that experience as though you could slow time down. From neutral spine, tuck toes and come right in for downward facing dog. Pressing into right heel and left hand. Continuing the fullness in the breath. And left heel and right hand, just lengthening the lines. Press into both heels, both hands, all the way from the base of the fingers to the tips of the fingers. And walk halfway up on the mat. Knees can be soft as we take this almost forward fold. Heart drops down, head drops down. As though it were some kind of puppy pose. Walking to the top of the mat, hands to shins, lengthen, look forward, get a lot of space. Fold down, Uttanasana. Again, inhale, look forward like a cow shape. Exhale now, hands to waist. Heart leads us all the way up. Stand tall, lift the chest to the sky. And a neutral spine. Sweep the arms up overhead, interlacing fingers. Flip them inside out and then reach up and almost back. Let the rib cage jut out just to experience that. And then hug the rib cage in as just the arm bones shift backward. A couple cycles of breath. Send space into any tension pockets here. And reach high up and then over to the right. Grounding heavy through the feet as the side body opens. Come back through center. Tip it leftward. Heavy through the feet as the right side body lengthens. And reaching up. And then a slow swan dive down. Can we back bend on the way? Folding. Peeking forward flat. Step the left foot all the way back. Split the legs away from one another. Let's make a few rolls of the neck. Sometimes if you linger on one particular place, we feel that all the way from the base of the jaw or the ear, down the front body, through the hip flexor, maybe past the knee. And plant hands, step to plank pose, inhaling. Lower to the belly. Keep the toes tucked, lift the heart, lift the hands, and then sweep them back. And take about 3 breaths here. Back of the chest, strengthening. Between the shoulder blades, strengthening. One last breath. And plant the hands. Come onto knees. We'll take a puppy pose. Option to take the hands in prayer. And even to bend the elbows. This one I find just needs a little time. So we'll spend at least 5 breaths, maybe more. It's a nice practice, especially for morning. And at least in my body, my shoulders are a little stiff. Couple more breaths, sinking in toward the ground. Re-extend the hands, climb back up to all fours. Lengthen, get cow pose. And then exhale, roll over toes, finding downward facing dog. Sweep the right leg high. Step this foot between the hands. Split the legs, broaden the chest. Step slowly to the top, flat back. Folding in, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back again. This time take the toes to point to each other, the heels really very separated. So just get a new place on the legs as we fold back in. A few rounds of breath to open this line, this back and lateral line of the body. Always softening through the neck, catch yourself, creating tension there. Inhale, toes point forward, flat back, hands to the waist. The heart leads us all the way up, shoulders back. Neutral spine. Sweep the arms wide and up overhead. Take a swan dive down, back bending on the way. Folding. Peer forward. Step the right foot slowly back. Split the legs, strengthen the back leg. We'll make a few circles with the head. Aiming to release whatever might have accumulated in the neck. Just lingering on any stuffy lines. Feeling what we can feel. One more rotation. Plant hands, step to plank pose. Lower, maybe chaturanga this time. to up dog or a cobra, through to downward facing dog. So settling in, dropping the gaze. And tracing the breath as it comes all the way in and out. Sending the left leg high. Step this foot between hands. Pause there. And step to the top, flat back. Folding in. Inhale, flat. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, reach up tall. Neutral spine. Let's balance. Shift weight to the right foot, lift left knee. Take hold of the outer edge of that foot. You can stay here or extend it, possibly rotate it with left arm reaching back. Gazes out to the left. We press down to lift the heart high, drawing into the center line for our stability. Notice how the front body is already in warrior 2. Okay. I'm going to take it in slow motion to step back. Right knee might bend. And letting it land, toes down. Settling into warrior 2. Long lines outward. Good. Roll the hands down to the inside of right foot and walk to the left, paralleling the feet. Take a flat back and fold forward. Inhale again to flat. Right fingers underneath the nose. Left arm sweeps up high, pausing for a couple cycles. Breath as we lengthen from tail to crown. Making an effort to keep the hips square. Roll down, exhale, empty, get floppy. Again, inhale, look forward. Fingers stay, left fingers, right arm reaches high to the sky. Breathing the whole length of the spine. And folding down, get heavy, get floppy. Peeking forward and bend over into this left knee a little bit. And then over into the right knee. And then a little deeper into the left knee like a skandasana, right toes tip up, hands to prayer. And then over to the right side, left toes tip up, hands at heart center. Maybe you don't use hands at all as you come back over to the left, and this time left arm pinned in front of the shin, right arm wide. Stay with this opening, shoulder blades kissing on the back. And over to the right side. Pin our right arm open, left arm expands. You can peek behind you as you grow width through the heart. One more time each side, and we'll come over to the left, expand nice and wide, with the option to wrap the right arm behind you, finding this bind. As we send the left lungs rightward. Keep easing the neck, lengthen it too. And then release, come over to the right side. Expand open. You can stay here or bind that up. Left arm wraps behind. Right lungs shift leftward as we look behind us, maintaining length in the neck. Full body breath. And then release it. Plant hands, nice and wide stance. The right toes will come in, left toes point out. Step in just enough, building rotated triangle. Right arm reaches forward, left thumb to left hip. Just shoot it back, get your rotation, and then land it. Right hand outside foot, left arm reaching high. Just keep sending the left hip back as we hike the right hip a little bit up. Let's linger with breath together. And fold it down. Take a pyramid moment, lengthening over left leg. We'll set the right knee down, scooting it back. We'll re-extend left leg, this time toes point up as we fold in. Peer forward, left knee bends, tuck the back toes so we can sweep left leg high and out of the way. Down dog split, and then a three-legged flow, however you'd like. Meeting at downward facing. Let's join the feet together and we'll step our spring to the top of the mat. Flat back, folding, and rising high. Hands into heart. Step the feet hips distance. Transfer weight to the left foot as you lift the right knee high. You can grab the outer edge of the foot and stay there, or extend out and rotate the whole shape. So the heart points rightward. Grounding down, drawing energy in and upward. Arms and heart are already in Warrior Two, so we'll just get the rest of the way there. And we keep it a balanced shape as we move. Left knee might bend. Toes land pretty delicately, opening wide, these long lines. Circle down and around, hands to the inside, then walk them rightward again, parallel the feet. Open arms wide to a T, interlacing fingers behind you, chest forward and folding in. Maybe you flip the palms inside out. A few breaths, just open these shoulders. And chest forward, fingertips land. Once again, the right fingers stay as the left arm reaches up. This time wrapping left arm behind. Snuggle it into the right inner thigh. Hips stay square as we roll the left lung open, maintaining length in the spine. Unravel it, lift high, and then across the ear as we roll down, get heavy, get floppy. Again, look forward, left fingers stay, and right arm sweeps up to the sky. Wrapping around the back, maybe hand to inner left thigh, squaring the hips as we lengthen spine to rotate it. To unravel, right fingers graze the sky. Reach them across the ear to the point in the direction of the scalp, rolling all the way down. Get heavy. Inhale forward. Left toes in, right toes out. Step in just enough, creating rotating triangle. So right thumb to right inner thigh, sweep the left arm forward. Already you begin the work of the pose. Left hand to outer edge of right foot, heart lifts, right arm lifts. Making your subtle shifts through the hips, strengthening through the quadriceps, lifting the kneecaps. And then we'll fold right over this right leg for pyramid. Looking for all these chances to lengthen the hamstring from every angle. Hamstrings from every angle. Just frees up the body, frees up the back, frees up the hips. Makes the whole day easier. Look forward, bend the right knee, settle the left knee down, but scoot it way back. We can straighten the right leg and flex that foot, even holding it as we bow. Look forward, bend the knee, tuck back toes. We'll sweep the right leg high behind us. Taking our flow our way. All the way back. Downward facing dog. Setting the knees down. This is going to be a short practice this morning. We'll take our seat off to the side, extend the legs out. Okay. Let's get one nice forward fold. Take the sitting bones behind you, flexing feet, lift the arms. Bowing in, releasing everything you can. Shoulders dropping. Back of the neck at ease, even if that means we got to put a pillow on our legs. All the way up, scoop the right knee in, take this ankle across the left thigh, just above the knee, and flex that foot. You can even rotate your right femur outward. So we'll get into the hips before we close up shop. Sending the heart forward. As soon as the body's willing, assuming it's willing, take a bow. Now, if the left hamstring is really preventing you from feeling anything in the right side hip, I'd recommend double pigeon, and maybe you'll want to do double pigeon anyway. But here we are, folding into nice open hips. And staying long enough to let there be a settling, a kind of dissipation of any discomfort. Groundedness in the breathing so that it's easy and full. Good. And slowly come all the way up. Extend the right leg long, pulling left knee into chest. Figure 4 on this side, ankle over right thigh, right next to knee. Flexing both feet. You can even roll the femur outward. Tipping forward if that feels all right. And if it does, let it go, folding deeply in. Of course, with the option again of having fire log pose or ankle to knee, stacking the legs. Let's enjoy the sweetness in our breathing as though this were a pranayama practice. Bearing witness to the little changes that take place as we willfully open ourselves in preparation for a day. And a few more breaths here. Let there be another breath cycle. Just giving in. And then heart takes us back up. Like extend the legs, hug the knees into the chest, and wrapping your hands around the outer edges of your thighs. Let's tip backward onto the sacrum. And we'll extend the legs so they're hovering just about a foot above the ground. Tip yourself back until just the small of the back is lifting. We'll do an invigorating Kapalbhati breath to end our practice. So we'll do a round of 25. Natural inhale, forceful exhalation. Taking a breath in. Lie all the way back. Of course, taking anything your body might need before we find our Shavasana. So for instance, a bridge is a nice way to counteract the core work we just did. But if your body craves wheel or twists before you feel complete this morning, of course, give yourself what you're craving. Ultimately finding ourselves in Shavasana. Blanket up if it's appropriate, cushion up, make it cozy. I'll stay here for a few minutes. There's a great temptation to rush off. But we end up being more efficient and more productive human beings when we have the wisdom to take these very brief, in the grand scheme of things, very brief pockets of time. As the resting brain can kick in, the outer brain can relax, recover, and then come back even stronger. So thank you for giving yourself this time. I'll cue to say namaste. Come back to being breathed. As we awaken fingers and toes, you can picture still being in bed this morning. Let's bring the slow movements. It's a slow transition into awakening, maybe sliding the arms up overhead, taking hold of one wrist and reaching over to the side. Even the feet can travel in the same direction, like a big crescent moon. And then opposite side, arms reach over, feet reach over, long arcing body. Rolling over to one side, being held, committing to the day. Climbing up for a seat. Thank you for taking this time for yourself today. Namaste.